What's up, guys? Heart Pirates TCG here. What I have for you today is a Sakazuki deck profile that I went 5-0 with at my locals, and I think it's a very spicy deck list, and it's spicy because I don't play blue Hina, and I play some other cards instead. For those of you guys who are probably going to click off the video, let me explain why I don't play blue Hina. I think it is a good card. I just think that this deck is already super consistent with, having the brand new, having an extra draw per turn. So making it like hyper consistent isn't really, in my opinion, the best route that I personally would like to go. And I would rather fit some more cards in there that are better into other matchups across the board. And because I did this, I now have better matchups into other decks that you'll see in a major tournament. So without further ado, let me go ahead and show you guys my deck profile, and I'll talk to you about the decisions I made. As always, guys, if you guys want to get one of these playmats, you can hit me up on Discord, and probably on Monday our website will drop, and then you can purchase one on there. We're also going to be doing a massive giveaway for about $1,000 worth of stuff. It's going to be a super pre-release deck, an OP06 box, and my Treasure Cup Kobe. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up soon. So the deck profile, like I talked about, is 4 brand new. We are not playing Tashigi. Like I said, we want to fit some other cards in there that are better into other matchups. But because we're not playing Tashigi, I want, if we are forced to go first, I want better matchups across the board, like I said. So this Borsalino on 7 Dawn, if they play the Borsalino, let me talk to you guys about this real quick. Of course, people are usually only playing 1. I'm playing 2. You can cut this for something else. If you cut one of them for something else, I'll show you in a little bit. But if you play the Borsalino on 7 Dawn, they cannot play this Gecko Moria for 8 Dawn and kill this Borsalino, because the best thing they can do is get back a Helmeppo and then the Lucci. And with your leader effect, this is only a 3 cost. So they cannot answer this. So, like I said, the 2 Borsalinos. And then we are playing the 4 Gecko Morias. This card is self-explanatory. This card is super good. Like there are builds that I was trying out without it, because when I first was playing Gecko Moria, I was like, yeah, man, like low key, like I feel like Mihawk is just like a really good answer into Gecko, so I play the Gecko. But this is just so good into like yellow that you just have to. It's so good. So 4 Gecko, obviously, and then we're playing 1 Sabo. Obviously Yamato, Katakuri are a thing, so I want as many blockers as I possibly can have. So just having that blocker that can obviously get around like things like Reject, Thunderbolt. If you play it before you attack into their life, it plays around Onami as well. It's also, you can't hit him, you can't Amaru this. It's just really good. Also the cycle is good, another turn 1 option too. And then we were playing 4 Borso. Borso is so good this format. Obviously, we're playing against a black deck that doesn't have any bottom deck mechanics, so Borsalino is even more valuable now than he was in the past. Even though I always played 4 Borso anyway, because I think this card's insane. He's a 1k counter 4/6 blocker that can't be KO'd. It's pretty good. So 4 Borso, and then we are playing 2 Helmeppo. So for those of you guys who don't know, if you Ice Age somebody, like let's say you're going first, and you Ice Age somebody, and then use your leader effect to you're gonna put the Gecko Moria at 2 cost. And then when you play your own Gecko Moria, you bring back the Helmeppo, and then you bring back a Lucci. The Helmeppo puts their 4 costs that they get back, if it's not a Borsalino, if it's like a Kuzan or something else, it puts it to 1 cost. So with an Ice Age and a Helmeppo, you can pop Ice Age and a Gecko. You can pop their Gecko and their whatever they play for 4 Dawn if it's not if it can't be KO'd. That is why I decided to bump this up to 2. Because it's just so valuable especially in the black matchup. So for those of you guys who don't know, in Gecko Moria, the only way for them to answer your Gecko Moria in Gecko Moria, that was a lot of times I said it. The only way for them to answer is if they Ice Age and then they bring back Helmeppo or Hina, or Suru or something, and then they only pop one of your guys, right? Like they can only Ice Age Helmeppo and then kill your Gecko. You can Ice Age Helmeppo and kill their Gecko and whatever they bring back, whether it be Hogback, Absalom, whatever it is. And like eventually, like they're gonna have more Geckos than you, but because they can't clear your 4 cost every time, if they have 2 Geckos and you have 2 Geckos, well, now you have 2 4-cost characters that are staying on the field if they Gecko Moria. So obviously, you're going to start gaining advantages in that way. So Another thing too is we're playing 3 Hina, and then obviously we're playing 4 Rebecca, and we're playing 4 lucci. So we were trying builds where we cut this, but it's just we ended up just cutting one of the Hinas, honestly, because the Hina, it's valuable, but obviously it can go to the trash and you can just find it anytime. All of these cards, except for Rebecca, if they go into the trash, you can just get, like, you get, well, actually Rebecca you can get back with Gecko Moria. So yeah, all these cards that they hit the trash, they're pretty much live. So we don't need to play as many Hinas. I would like to play 4, but there's nothing in this deck that I would cut to play 4. So three was working good enough. Like, a lot of times you don't need Rebecca Hina lucci combo and you just need the Gecko, but it's there if you need it, and it's consistent enough with 3. So yeah, that's that. And then I know you guys are gonna kill me for this. Please guys, just hear me out. We're playing 3 Great Eruption, and we're playing 4 Ice Age. So the reason being, guys, is because Ice Age is a 1 card answer to their Gecko Moria. It's, like I said, Ice Age and Leader Effect puts the Gecko Moria at 2, and Great Eruption just it is a cog in the machine, but it is not one of the key parts in the machine. It's a great card. It's a great card, which is why we're still playing it at 3. But I just feel like this is the, like, against the Saka Mirror and against the Gecko Moria matchup, or even Perona or something, like, if you have a 1 card answer like this, as well as like anything, I'll get to, like, obviously this and Houndblaze, or this and lucci, and, you know, whatever it is, like, you have so many answers now for like a 2 cost. So why not just, like, make everything, like, within range of a 2 cost, like, hyper consistently? Like, having 4 of these. Also, the trigger is fantastic. Like, if you want to pop like a brand new, or a Hina, or, you know, Helmeppo or something like that, even a Pero Sparrow, something like that, a Mihawk from the starter deck, like, you can definitely do that. You can pop a Holy, you can pop sure, like, there's a lot of stuff you can pop with this that are relevant in the meta, if you really need to. And I think this card's just fantastic. It is literally a 1 card answer to most of the meta, especially now that yellow is more relevant. Like, you have Big Mom, so if you have Big Mom, you Ice Age and put the Big Mom at 5. Obviously the Sakazuki puts the Big Mom at 4, and then Helmeppo with a Gecko and a lucci automatically kills it, right? Or even like, you don't even need Helmeppo, you can get like a Sewer or something like that, automatically kills it. So it's just really good. Obviously the 7 cost Big Mom too, you just hit it with the Ice Age, and then you can, you know, cost reduce it down to 1, and you can hit it with like a Houndblaze or a lucci or something like that. So for the removal events, we're playing 4 Houndblaze, and then we're playing 2 of the, I'm gonna call it Light Sword. I don't really know exactly, I keep butchering it every time I talk about it, but yeah, the card's fantastic. It's just another copy of Houndblaze. It's really good. Like, I want to play Kuzan with this deck list, because, like, this is just such a powerful card, and if the Kuzan sticks 1 turn, you can usually bottom deck like 2 like massive characters, with like Ice Age and Kuzan. So you can, obviously Kuzan brings something down to like a 1 cost, and Ice Age brings something down to like you know, a 7 cost down to a 2. So you can bottom deck a 7 and a 5 with this card right here, as well as Kuzan and Ice Age. But we just can't find the room to fit the Ice Age. But this is just another answer. Like, on trigger too, like, this card is so fantastic against the blue mirror. So, like, on trigger, if they attack into you with like a Tashigi and a brand new on board, like, you just activate its effect and bottom deck both them. So the value that they think they're getting with the Tashigi, because you're not playing it, that doesn't matter, because I'll just bottom deck it. Like, I'll bottom deck both them, and now now what? Also, guys, another huge reason, I forgot to mention this in the beginning, but another huge reason why I'm not playing the Tashigi is because it just bottom decks all of your cards that are like the most important in the game, right? So, like, it bottom decks lucci, it bottom decks Gecko Moria, it bottom decks Rebecca, and, like, these are like the 3 like best cards in your deck. So, like, why would you want it to bottom deck the 3 best cards in your deck to find like good cards? Don't get me wrong, like, you're gonna be able to find like stuff like brand new, or this like Borsellino or Houndblaze or something like that. But like, for some reason, I don't like bottom decking it. I don't know, like, for some reason it just doesn't feel good to me, and it kept feeling clunky. And this version of the deck list, I have found it just feels so much better. So that's my opinion. If you guys don't like it, by all means, you don't have to play the deck. We'll finish the deck profile right now with the 2Ks, in which we are playing 9 of them. We're playing 2 Gions because we have an infestation of Namis at my locals. So putting this down, there is literally no way for them to win the game, because every time that they play something, they just bottom deck something. Like every time they, what is it called? Every time that they activate an event, they bottom deck something. And feels good. Feels good to have a 1-card answer to a problem deck. And then we have 3 Tashigi, and we have 4 Suru. Against the Yamato matchup, what I've been doing is I've just been like, if they attack for like 6k early and try to like build the board, I'll like counter easily with like a Tashigi, and then like on 4 dawn I'll play Rebecca, and I'll bring back Tashigi, and then I'll play like a brand new, or I'll play like a blue Hina, or not blue Hina, a black Hina, or something like that. And like that just gives you like, that gives me so much value, because like I'm literally countering for free, establishing a blocker, and getting back that counter, as well as like playing something else on top of that, like brand new or blue, like I said, an attacker like blue Hina or something like that. But yeah, that's the deck list, guys. I like this deck a lot. It's really been working for me. My matchups were, if you guys if you guys were at the end of this video, or you guys are still sticking to the end of this video, my matchups were red purple Luffy, and then I played against a red purple Law, and then I played against a Katakuri. I played against a red Luffy, which was actually a really scary matchup. I mean, he was just playing all rush characters. I'm talking Zoro, Sanji, obviously rush Luffy. He's playing like 10 cost. He's playing the new 10 cost Shanks. Is kind of saucy too. And then obviously he's playing like what is it called, the star deck Sanji 2. That was scary. And then my last matchup was Yamato. Obviously green yellow Yamato in the finals. And like I said, I was able to just infinitely loop this Rebecca, and it turned out to be really good. But yeah, guys, that's this video. Let me know if you guys like it, and I'm gonna try to post some matches of it on Patreon. I just the GoPro that I got, the attachment just like wasn't working the way I wanted it to, and it just didn't look the best in quality. So I don't want to post something that I don't think is great quality. So yeah, guys, see you later. Peace.